professionals.
I have no choice already.
You have no choice. You have already gone for EHOME in every game.
But if EHOME loses game 1, then I can choose because I'm already wrong.
Well, of course. Yes. I mean, that's the bonus of being wrong.
So I'm obviously EHOME.
Mr. Bulldog.
Their staff is very scary laning-wise. I think EHOME might just smash them pretty hard.
Don't beat around the bush.
I'm worried. I don't know, but I'm still going to go with Gambit because FNG wouldn't pick bad heroes. He's smart. He wouldn't pick stupidly. He's not stupid.
Okay.
We're missing something here.
Alright, if they swap no, you can't swap anymore. I have to go with EHOME. I'm sorry. I don't think Gambit's going to have enough damage. And I feel as if the lanes are going to go just complete snowball for EHOME, and PL is going to take too long to come online. And even when he does, you're up against, Connell, Sven. Darkseer is not the greatest hero.
All right.
We forgive you about that.
They've made their decisions on the panel. Let's bring in our commentators and find out what their decisions are from the predictions point of view as well. Gents?
EHOME.
Hello, Cinderan.
EHOME each?
Hey, Bulldog. Glad you're in another room.
How's the cupboard?
It's great.
Cupboardy?
It's fantastic.
It's a bit hot in here.
Yes, it's getting warm.
All right, we need to get into game, guys.
Yeah, let's do it.
So let's do this.
I mean, we're ready.
Bye, Red. I didn't know I was still talking to you. There we go. Thank you.
Finally.
Mics are off, and let's go to the game, because you didn't even give a crap what we look like. We spent all this time dressing up throughout the day. It's like not even required.
I mean, you're saying this, but if we were on camera and we were wearing something absolutely hideous, people would care. So the reason they don't care is that it's acceptable or better.
That is true. I remember, I remember
when Immersion was
Immersion
alive.
walks directly into EHOME. They're already body blocking him up, so he's got to go the opposite direction, which is into Faith Beyond. They're trying to get the last hit to... Okay, Faith Beyond will just take it.
They wanted to give it to ASD, I think. The mid Kunkka as well. Or side lane Kunkka is going to be in this game most likely with the Huskar mid.
Yeah.
I think this Huskar last pick is super good. He has no bad matchups in that mid lane. He's either playing against Phantom Lancer, Tide, or Darkseer, and he will be fine in either case.
They want him against Tide Hunter though, right?
In.
That's what the panel was leaning more towards.
Ideally, but I also think he crushes the PL. I don't know what PL is supposed to do in this lane. You get Burning Spirit, yes, you can doppelganger, but then he's just going to throw more Burning Spears. Like, he's going to harass you out of this lane, you're going to spend a lot of gold on regen. And I actually...
Innocence.
I kind of like Kyle's idea of putting the core Dazzle this game. I think that would have been an interesting choice.
Yeah.
This last pick Huskar is certainly a problem.
Faith Beyond, Gambit, wanting to get aggressive. They have not leveled up anything on the Tuskar just yet. The Illuminate is well off target, and Faith Beyond running back underneath his own tier 1 tower. But will he actually reach it? Seems Tag Team makes it very difficult to do so. And one more punch to Cripify is delaying it. And that's all it does do, just a delay.
Yep, it's going to TP back up there. And they will get... You're right. They really want this matchup. They're actually going to enforce it by putting the Huskar in the offlane. They wanted that more than anything, and that means they will get the Kunkka against PL, which is also a good matchup. So, yeah. EHOME with some options, and I do think they end up with something very good. I don't know if this is the perfect setup, because you have a Pugna against Tusk Darkseer, which is very difficult.
Yeah, but they'll change the lanes up, right? Once the balance of the bottom lane can be, or at least burn through some of the consumables, because there's not a lot on Tidehunter. He munched on one tango already, hits the Illuminate, trying to force a TP down, not going to happen. Instead it's Gambit diving on the top tower, and they've got Iron Shells up on both of the cores, both the heroes diving into the tower, but Faith Beyond, support arrives from Sven. And Gambit maybe feel they're in a little bit too deep for this.
I just realized what item build Afo has. He has a mid build on the Tide.
Is he dead, actually? Yeah, he's dead. The Illuminate gave just enough damage for Ego's Burning Spears to follow through.
This is going to be miserable for Tide. He's playing a side lane without regen. That is very bad. Like, the Dazzle has to probably pool all of his regen into this Tide when he takes damage, or he has to lane swap. He's got the worst matchup he can have in the game, and he doesn't have anything to sustain himself with. They're going to bring the Tusk down. They want to tri-lane them. They see this as the way of solving the problem. This is a pretty good tri-lane, actually, but Tide doesn't have Gush, and that's what makes this tri-lane work. All this extra physical damage with the Poison Touch and Tusk. When he gets level 3, things will be easier.
But now that this happens, now you've got the Kunkka versus PL in mid. It's still a pure 1v1, but there's nothing much Darkseer can do apart from just putting Iron Shells into the lane on top. Can't come close to it, which just allows the Sven an easy timing for denies.
And this mid lane is... the Hog is going to lose it hard. He has to buy a lot of regen to sustain against Kunkka. Kunkka is going to out-farm him too, because he has the Tidebringer for denies and blast hits. So he'll out-level him too. And Phantom Lancer is not the kind of hero that likes buying a lot of regen. every minute you get slowed down on this hero, the hero's just bad at playing from behind.
Oh, Stormbolt. Level 1 Surge doesn't get you very far. There was a small nerf to that one, and this will be the death of the Darkseer. Faith Beyond claims the last hit. And it looks like also with the pull over on the side Immersion, that one just actually helps out Innocence. Gets him some easier levels when he can just blast through it. Ego's also looking for a jump. Torrent's going to miss on Dahak in the mid lane, but as you said, doesn't have a lot of life to work with, or he is going to burn that south.
It feels bad when you're playing a safe lane tri-lane and you're not aggressing. Finally they are now.
Yeah, the support nearby from Sven, however, so we'll see if Huskar can get something in return. That's 5 burning spears on the Tuskar. They are level 2, but it's still not enough damage to find the kill, it seems. Not with FNG holding, like, standing over him.
Just gonna flask him up. Afo's bought himself a flask as well. And you would imagine that this Keeper of the Light will just run back toward bottom. I don't think that he's needed top. Faith Beyond is doing totally fine. He's actually doing great on this Pugna against the Darkseer. As an advantage that's worth speaking of. And then, of course, the mid lane we talked about. It's still all going according to plan for EHOME. It doesn't need to be better than this, because the natural snowballing comes in when they start getting some levels on the Pugna and the Kunkka. That's when they can make moves, take towers, and just keep this laning advantage that they have going. And they just need to keep buying regen, man. The Hack has bought another 2 flasks.
That just burns through so much consumables, though. Like, you look at the net worth, the top 3 do belong to EHOME. And Gambit are trying to fight for it. Tidehunter was in it, but he's just been zoned out. This aggressive tri-lane now from EHOME makes life very, very scary, but that's why Tuskar snowballs over. They look for the kill over on Huskar, but with a level 2 Warcry, there's so much life that Gambit have to get through. And do they actually have it themselves? The Illumina hits pretty hard. That's 6 burning spears onto the Tidehunter. He's burning quickly. They're ticking out, and he will be okay. 39 HP he'll drop to. And the salves start to burn once more.
It's hard to play this lane with half health, though. He's gonna... This flask isn't gonna do enough. If he gets caught again, similar to before, he will die. You need to be topped off and nicely healthy here.
It's like, can you move your circlet and your gauntlets away and at least be a little bit more efficient with your salve, or is that even not going to help?
Oh, bounty run time.
Well,
3 for EHOME. Gambit were in no position to contest these bottom ones. They're out of resources. They would be fighting into the Caudal, Sven, and Huskar. And at the very least, for Afo, he gets some CS while Huskar is busy protecting the rune.
Immersion's going for a very long run.
He's on a mission here.
He has no TP scroll. He snowballed in for the rune. Just had to keep running away from Sven.
Yep. You can tell this is like uncharacteristic for Gambit's games, right? Like what FNG is forced to do. He's like half babysitting mid, now he's dead.
Oh, yeah. Pulling back in with the X marks the spot. Babysitting mid won't be enough. Had no point up in Shallow Grave anyway, went for the 2 and the touch.
Nice snowball.
Yeah, Immersion though. No more Stormbolt.
Oh. We haven't really seen Gambit this far behind in the laning stage in any game, I think. It's a true struggle right now. They have to run around and help every lane, except the Darkseer's lane is like staying okay, but even there, Faith Beyond is 1,000 net worth ahead of Afterlife. There isn't much good happening really right now for Gambit.
Yeah, you look for an upside, and like maybe it's the fact that PL at least has a little bit more space, but this space comes at a cost. Ego's just forcing Tidehunter out of the bottom lane once more, and FNG doesn't know if he should be in mid or on bottom to try and help out. Darkseer has moved to the jungle. And Immersion, Tuskar. Panel was talking about how much this hero is just wanted to be picked or banned. Like, just have him in your lineup or just don't play against him. He's been great for rotation, same with the ES, but in this game, you rotate somewhere and you're probably going to die. EHOME just have the numbers. Top lane, Faith Beyond starts the terrain. Support is there, and the Stormbolt won't get the double stun, however, but it should be enough control to get the kill over onto Immersion. As Darkseer is managed to search himself away, Immersion can't get through the trees. The body block is perfect, and with the Nebula Ward down, you can't really help too much. The Stormbolt's already up. Combine it with the blast and the base attack. Immersion will fall.
Awesome play from Xianming there. That was very, very good. His movement on the Sven. First of all, his body block toward the end, but also the fact that he was there at the right time. Oh, that was a fail boat.
Yeah. X not working the way he thought it was probably going to do it, but wasn't that meant to be nerfed a little bit? Like,
it's worse.
Cleave damage was decreased.
It's worse against high armor targets, but Dazzle has 2.
It was increased.
Yeah, he died.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
I still want to just quickly highlight that Sven play from before. He got the great body block off, but it was also that they anticipated that this was happening. They were up there, ready to go onto the Darkseer when the aggressive Tusk play was supposed to come in, so Pugna kind of set the whole fight up. We've seen multiple plays of those from Faith Beyond, just with really good foresight in this tournament, that he makes an aggressive play that kind of looks bad, but it's under the condition that he knows his teammate is coming in just a moment later.
They're picking out right now where that observer ward was planted. That was a little bit too obvious underneath the Hawk.
Radiant's bottom
My god,
tower
this Kunkka
is under
damage.
attack.
I love this hero. I think it's really good. And I love his item build. I think this is what you should do almost every single game on this hero. You get 2 braces, treads, and then you transition into either Shadowblade, Halberd, or some people have gone Armlet, I think, as well. I think ASD might have gone it 1 game. But in this game he will be going for Shadowblade. As it looks, makes it easier to catch, makes him have a surprise burst against the Phantom Lancer as well. Maybe he wants to finish a full Silver Edge against Tidehunter. That's a possible option too, so they can lock him down in chain stuns with Sven and Torrent.
He's just that big pop burst damage while...
And he does have the full Silver queued up, so...
They actually... Oh, they're TPing... So Darkseer, okay, yeah, you can run the top. Forcing the PL into the jungle and totally abandoning bottom lane feels a bit odd, but then again, Eco's not the greatest at pushing down the tower. Not yet. You're gonna try and work with his Sven to do it.
He's pretty good. He's not the greatest, but he's the second greatest because there's a Pugna. He's still doing just fine. Armlet completed probably in 1 to 2 minutes.
I wonder what Immersion is waiting for. He's sitting behind this tower.
That's kind of the key word for Gambit in this game, right? Is waiting. Because their lineup can't really do much right now. That's the problem that they have. The initiative can be taken by this Tusk, but he has nobody to play with. He wanted to play with Darkseer, it didn't work. Now he's kind of just running in circles, because he can't do anything with PL. He can't do anything with Tide. And his plays with Tusk are with Darkseer kind of limited right now.
In fact, Beyond kills off FNG. And then they look for a new target. Give me the Darkseer. Pulled back in with the X marks the spot underneath the boat. They can turn their attention towards Afro, and it looks like, yeah, okay, Ego, you'll get the kill thanks to the burnout. And then they move their attention to the Tidehunter who TPs away to safety. No mass amount of stuns from this EHOME lineup.
I mean, Gambit's actually just flat out getting run over. This is not even close right now.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they can do much until they get some teamfight items. It feels like every fight will be EHOME favorite as long as they get Ghost Ship off. Their heroes don't die. There's no damage on the Radiant side.
They 3-man smoke, so they think they can do something. Ravage is up, and they have the Vladimirs. But with the tier 1 tower taking damage, it looks like it's... Well, actually, X marks the spot. Kunkka's bringing himself back underneath that Radiant Obs. Oh, he brought Faith Beyond back underneath the Obs. Rest of Gambit. The smoke, it's going to break. Faith, how much have you got? He's got a decent amount of armor, but starts to drain. Ravage will cancel that pretty quickly. Support coming over. Kunkka won't get there in time, but he does get the double torrent. And now Husker will also join the fight. Tidehunter wants to be the primary target. Immersion trying to do what he can to try and delay this fight out. Appo, that light stealer will not be enough to get through Ego. Immersion can deny himself to Roshan. That's the only hope he has for living at the moment. And a snowball, it may actually buy him that time, even though the bash is out, but Innocence. Nicely timed Illuminate. We'll ensure the kill does go the way of EHOME and not Roshan.
Oh, it's convenient. We're next to Roche. Let's kill him.
Tusker's going to buy back.
Gotta buy back out of it.
They want to try and fight something.
Yep.
They need a shard block to make it work, but Immersion's too late.
EHOME played safe. They even got Afterlife's TP in toward the mid with Darkseer. Gambit wanted to take this fight, but EHOME don't give it to them. And now they can just chill for a little bit again, EHOME, get their resources ready. Kunkka has Ghost Ship in 15 seconds. He has a Shadow Blade minute 11. He is really, really farmed. All of these heroes have so many items compared to Gambit. There's just not much going on for them. And now that they don't have Ravage, their lineup's just actually super weak right now. They have no team fight except this Darkseer, 2 Ion Shells on Tusk and PL, but PL can't fight, so he's not going to join anyway.
But they could force these towers so easily.
Yep.
Like when you've got Chakra onto Faith Beyond, like these Nether Blasts come out so quickly, and then the Nether Ward protects them from any kind of counter initiation of Gambit. But maybe Gambit can get something up on top. They're diving on Ego. Support's coming in from the Keeper of the Light. Ego jumps away. He needs to toggle through all of this. And now with the Ignis, it'll make it a little bit more difficult. They get around and then, well, okay, Gambit. Trapped underneath the Ignis. Emergent's going to burn out to the Burning Spears. The Hark, they're actually letting him survive. They want to kill the Tuskar. So the Hark will be able to TP out underneath the tier 1 tower of the Dire side. That's questionable. But still, EHOME, it's 11 kills to 3 in their favor.
It's not really so much about the kills, to be honest. It's about everything else, just ramping up. Oh, didn't get the deny, or actually rather does get the deny. Didn't get the last hit with Sven. Gives the tip to Apo. Good job. Apo's like, good job to you too.
Yeah.
For something. Probably tipping him for being on the mega winning team. You guys are doing great, don't worry.
It's like a mental thing. Yeah, you want to tip me? It's fine, it's fine. I got money too. Or I got shards.
Yeah.
Unlock something. Oh, they're just getting so much stronger.
Ravage is off cooldown now, so I think Gambit want to get some mana on this tide and then it's go time again. Sitting back and farming, there's no impeding timing that's going to switch the course of this game. PL getting Diffusal Blade will help a little bit, but it's not enough. He will struggle a lot with fighting into Warcry from Sven that they can't get rid of in any way with their lineup.
They have really no mana sustain. Like there's a one pair of arcane boots on the Darkseer.
Yeah.
But you're still walking around. Obviously the supports are burned. Like they got nothing. Like there's brown boots on both of them. For Gambit.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you can have Sven just sit on the bottom lane, complete a Vlad's. For EHOME. You've got... Well, also, is there anything else coming out in the courier? There's a Crimson Guard that Faith Beyond is trying to complete at the moment. He's the Vit booster away from it. So many auras arriving for EHOME. Already got the Shadow Blade done for the Kunkka, and he's building in for Radiance as his next big item. 14 minutes in, he's got a decent amount of items. He's gonna pool his money.
It's a good counter PL item. It keeps ramping up your farm. It's not the most common item on Kunkka by any means, but the thing about this hero is he stays alive so long because of Ghost Ship, so you get a lot of value out of Radiance when it's good in the game, and I think this is a pretty good choice this game. I wouldn't have minded a BKB either. Just run in, start hitting stuff. They can't really fight you at all.
But you have that from Ego. Like Ego,
yeah.
he got the armlets and then he got 4 gauntlets. He didn't want to finish up braces. It's just like straight into BKB after.
Yeah, pretty interesting build. Mostly see people get 2 or 3 braces on the Huskar. But Ego.
Oh, they're looking to fight.
Goes another way.
15-minute bounty runes. Already got the Darkseer moving forward. FNG. Ignis is already down from Innocent and with a blinding light trying to keep the Darkseer in it, and they're able to do so. Stormfall full on control. Never a Darkseer wall to plant. And quickly EHOME TP the Coddle up. They want to ensure they get the bounty advantage. It was a 1-for-1 trade-off on the bottom.
Gambit could have got all 4 runes if they sent a Hawk to check the top ones, but I think he just assumed that they were already gone. I wonder how long this last bounty rune is going to stay there for. I think both teams think it's gone.
Does ASD get an opening? He's looking for immersion. He started with the Torrent, able to connect as well. Tuskar probably wants to get out of here. There's a Netherwart in the background. Nice Stormbolt, better Snowball. Able to dodge. Here comes your ship right on top of immersion as he comes out of the Snowball. They are really wanting to ensure this Tuskar has no influence. I suppose it's mainly because he's the only stun they have available for Gambit.
I think EHOME are just like see hero, kill hero mode right now. Oh, we got a kill? Sure, let's kill him. Gambit need more time. PL, Diffusal on the way. In previous patches, this would have been a turning point, perhaps, or have made a big difference, but...
Oh, he just ran forward for Innocence.
There's plenty of
Blinding Light forces him away. Look towards the trees. He's got to begin his TP right now.
Yeah, you got to get out of there.
He's out. But underneath the Dire Observe was to know exactly where he's gone. There's the BKB done for Huskar. Yeah, is this instead like, does EHOME go Roshan, get Aegis Immortal and push? There's actually a 40% chance, according to Dota Plus, that Gambit is still in this. So, are we counting? Are we calling this too early? Is that what this feels like?
And their lineup does fall off at some point, right? Like Huskar and Kunkka Chorus is a bit uncharacteristic because generally you're more reliable physical damage hero. Kunkka has this great cleave, but it has cooldown. On the enemy team, there's more traditional carry in the PL. And they do have teamfight to back it up. I would not agree with those odds, though, to be honest.
It does seem. That seems like a spec odd. Like
it depends. It depends if EHOME play. If EHOME keep playing composed, they're definitely winning this game. But the thing is, if they make 1 or 2 key mistakes, absolutely, Gambit is full on back into it and leading.
Well, they just lost
PL will come back.
They just lost their Nether Ward. I think that's exactly what they wanted for the fight, but if you can catch out the Titan before he can get the Ravage or force the Ravage, that'll be a better option for him. But Afo takes some decent damage, but then just backs off. No EHOME follow-up. It's these weird side battles too. So okay, EHOME are done with Roshan. They're coming for Dahak. Innocence needs to reveal him. Dahak does have that TP scroll available once again in the trees. They break through the trees. The Ignis is down and they're going to X-marks him. Pull back to Phantom Lance. A Doppelganger is available and he'll jump out and away. Try to juke him out with the illusion. Which one is the real one? The one that's being sucked. That's the real one. Pull back the torrent. Actually missed on the combination. So Dahak will have more time. He's got another Doppelganger available. He'll break the trees. He continues to run out and they're using the Dire Courier to even give a little bit of extra information. PL will fall.
Space.
You may want to bring that Soul Ring back from the Courier, but a Blink Dagger also purchased up for the Tide Hunter.
You may also want to not make space with your carry. That's generally not how space works.
Huskar's gone inside the pit.
FNG as well. ASD is on him. He's going to have to grave early here before the ship connects, but still going to die with Suspense Stun coming in. Doesn't even need it.
Well, he's going to use both one charges as well as the Shadow Wave, so try and at least waste a little bit of time. And look at Darkseer. Have they got a sentry?
They don't.
No, they don't. No one sees. Afo with the back wall and the snowball lead combining with the Ravage. Gambit, that is the best thing they could have asked for. And maybe it's still not enough. The Warcry triggered. So did every other aura that EHOME had. And they'll pull back Afo with the X marks the spot. Buyback came in from FNG to be involved in this fight. They found the Tusker further down the river. The Torrents will connect. Immersion buying time with the Snowball. Dahak, he's gone in to try and kill off Roshan. Innocence with the Illuminate. But it's actually Roshan taken by Gambit and the Aegis Immortal into the hands of the PL. Blinding Light allowed the PL just to walk away from this. It really was the best thing that Gambit could have asked for.
That was a huge play coming in from the Darkseer and Tide. He blink ravaged. I don't think Gambit or EHOME were aware that Tide has a dagger. And he blink ravaged. Huskar wasn't fast enough on activating BKB. So if Huskar BKBs that ravage, they win that fight convincingly. But we're going to see that
all the info because you have Darkseer sitting.
Yep. In the
3-in.
Really great ravage. Vacuum combination into wall. Huskar dead without buyback. If Huskar's buyback, they get the Roche too. But all the stars really aligning here for Gambit. This was huge for them to get into a much better position in this game. Actually, Dota Plus is them favored to win the game now.
What, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're 6k behind, but the thing you have to realize in this game is that if PL gets big enough, he will be a problem. And this is one of the key moments for Huskar. This first Aegis, you really want to get it and use it to take towers and build advantage. They haven't really... Not getting this is definitely a problem. That was a really nice play from Gambit.
That's a confidence building space from Gambit that we can take these fights, but that was still the perfect fight for Gambit. The chance of them getting this again, the chance of EHOME being taken by surprise like that should start to drop. You also have the Radiance build practically completed over on ASD that's going to make their team fights a lot more complicated. Huskar as well, building into Maelstrom after having now his 10-second BKB, so you'll have that for the next fight. As long as he can pop it off.
Yeah, they're already preparing for the PL problem. Gonna target the itemization. They already did it with Radiance. Now Huskar with Maelstrom. Third item after BKB Armlet is very uncommon. So they do identify what the problem is. And that's what you have to remember when you look at Gambit's lineup. There's only one game-winning hero, and that's that PL. He has to do a lot of damage in the late game because you chose to pick Tide, Darkseer together, and Tide is not going physical build.
Oh, they're going to find ASD. His Radiance burning them. They're realizing something's not right. Connected on the dust, but they didn't know exactly where he was. And ASD's got a lot more support rotating down to the bottom lane. One hit, and he takes out a creep wave. So that's why they push in top lane. The Phantom Lancer tries to pressure the tier 2 tower. Tidehunter quickly moves in towards the mid to try and push this out as well. Anything to make EHOME look behind themselves, but they found a better target. Darkseer in the trees. He's still with the mech. Gets the back 3-man wall off. Telegrate buying time from FNG. And now the Tidehunter. Blink Rabbit. It looks really good. ASD and Ego, they're in so deep. But now maybe the Ignis. It creates so much space. And Kunkka, he can't walk all the way out. But it may not matter when Ego can stand his ground anyway. That Ignis causing so many problems for the Phantom Lancer. But remember, he has the Aegis the Immortal. There's that secondary life. It's not in the hands of the Huskar. Huskar like it normally is. FNG finally stunned up and he will be brought down, but the jump forward, Phantom Lancer now finding the second core kill against EHOME. The snowball from Immersion trying to create more space, but now he becomes the primary target for EHOME. 3 heroes down for Gambit, still on the run. That's an interesting smoke.
Smoke up, boys!
Yeah, this isn't a smoke break. Dahak wants to get back in there. Stormbolt's coming off cooldown now.
EHOME need to start getting out. Tide is respawning. There's the surge. Looks like
they keep
Gambit
going.
want to chase.
Crimson Guard, Luminate spam, just push away all the illusions.
That was the Aegis fight of Gambit. They lost the Aegis on Dahak, so they won't have that in the following fight, but he got a lot of gold out of this. Got a couple of kills. It's overall a gold exchange in favor of the Gambit side, even though they have more deaths.
Yep.
Just that big kill on especially the Huskar, or well, rather especially the Kunkka.
Yeah, they got both of the huge cores.
Good win.
You see ASD as well, just preparing for the next fight. He's getting a BKB, but this is that bottom fight. Darkseer gone on. He survived this entire engagement, and he did what he needed to. A big wall that EHOME did not want to fight, and they just couldn't walk away. Afo's positioning in the last 2 engagements has been so good, but Ignis also good.
Yeah. If that Darkseer kill goes off, this game is totally, or this fight is totally different, but good grave from FNG just in time. Allows them to get off the mech, pipe, and the vac wall. All of these things really important. Nice!
La!
Not so nice. Oh, still happy. Okay. Alright. Oh, this just went serious in the end there.
EHOME laughing about this, like, yeah, we're oh, wait, hang on. Let reality check. EHOME would have to feel confident coming into this already. Afo, hello. Pushing back the Sven. ASD wants to have a little bit more fun himself. If he can get close enough to it.
Oh, he's trying the blind torrent because he lost vision. Couldn't reach. And good read from Afo. He will be getting out in time. Oh, never mind.
Really? Ego's moved over. X marks the spot, will keep Afo in position. He does not want to ravage this. That's be a waste. They let him die underneath the tier 1 tower. And yeah, Ego, turn around, man. There's no backdoor regeneration on tier 1 towers. They can still fortify.
Yeah,
because if the tier 1 tower dies anyway, you get the fortification back, so you don't care about burning it.
I really thought Afo was going to just get out. I think he had dagger ready, but he wasn't expecting the Huskar coming in from behind, then he got X-marked by the Kunkka, I would say. Did he use Blink? I don't think he used.
I am uncertain.
Greaves have arrived for Afterlife on Gambit's side, so progressing his item build further. Very curious to see what his next pickup is. Now, when you have these Greaves plus Pipe, you start getting into very different item builds for Darkseer.
It's going to be a Blink Dagger, right?
Could be Dagger, could be Hex.
He can't rely. ASD. This is a nice kill to find, especially when they have the dust reveal. But underneath the shrine, this is where you want to find. ASD does go down very quickly. Ego trying to push everybody away, but they don't care. They'll move back over. Sven doesn't want to be part of this in the back. Pulls Ego up the hill. His BKB was very, very late. Still on the run to the tier 2 tower. Have they got the damage to get through him? Faith Beyond, is there some life to be given? They put down the Ignis, but the snowball takes him right over the top. Immersion, maybe too deep. This is underneath the tier 2 tower, but the Ravage. Gambit don't give a crap. They just keep fighting. Faith Beyond will fall as well. No buyback available from him. The Ignis will time out. And Sven's kind of in the middle of nowhere, but Gambit, you were at the tier 3 towers. You hadn't even taken a tier 1 tower there. And they still felt the confidence to fight.
They got 2 extra freebies out of that. EHOME could have chosen to just cut this Kunkka, but they really wanted to try to help him. They came in way too late, completed their TPs, and end up taking a horrible fight here. Gambit get more than they came for. They came for 1 core kill on this Kunkka, and they were rewarded with bonus freebies. And suddenly...
I cannot believe the game is turning this way.
They are starting to... They've actually equalized the gold, and that's concerning for this Dire lineup with the lead that they had early on. So we're going to see here Kunkka is not expecting this move. They have the aggressive ward from earlier placed by FNG. They get this kill, and you see Ego completing the TP. Now we're coming in with Qianming as well. This fight's already hopeless. Like, you can't fight in the perfect vacuum here from Afterlife is what really gets them the big outcome here with the additional Huskar kill.
Alright, if this continues, if Gambit continue to be able to find these fights every time Ravage is up, EHOME have got a lot of problems. They can look towards next Roshan. He may respawn in 15 seconds time, and that will be, at least where my eyes will be sitting. Because can Huskar get the Aegis? Can they let him be that frontline aggressor? And actually, do you even give it to the Huskar? Do you need to actually protect your Kunkka now?
They have to give Huskar the Aegis if they get it.
There's no other choice? Because he's your frontliner, right?
Yeah, it's just more useful on him than the Kunkka, I would say. When Kunkka gets BKB, he shouldn't be dying like this anymore. The reason he died was that he couldn't get Shiva. He got stun locked until he lost all his mana. And next time that will not be the case with BKB arriving, unless he gets Blink Ravaged. That's like the only possible way that he doesn't get to use his spells. But yeah, EHOME, after a big lead, they've kind of fallen off here. The game is definitely still within reach for them, but Gambit have effectively, arguably taken a bit of a lead. It sounds weird when you're 4K behind, but just looking at the lineups and how PL is progressing now in this game, EHOME's tools are pretty good, but they're not awesome. Huskar is not good against PL. Kunkka is pretty good though, for a while. And ASD has to keep scaling and has to be able to stay in these fights with that Radiance constantly.
EHOME have a 4-man smoke up, running through mid. They are drawing a line to rotate down to the bottom. The Warcry, I don't think caught all the heroes they wanted to. Listen, some Faith Beyond not included in this, but they will find the Darkseer. Now they have no information. There's 3 Sentry Wards that were planned down already, but it won't matter when the Darkseer walks directly into him. But now we'll see just how much he can survive. The Greaves, as well as the Triumph, burning as he surges his way through. Stormbolt flies forward, and the stun will be able to connect. They'll find the kill. Now get the bottom. Wait, 28-minute Rune? Oh, sure. Okay, why not?
Nice.
And Darkseer dead for 47 seconds. So there goes the side lane pressure that was being a bit more of a pain in the butt for him.
So what other items do we have? Both teams have Glimmer Capes. There's one on Dazzle, one on the...
He can't die now. Has to burn the BKB. X marks spot torrent. Trying to pull back in FNG. Does not want him to survive, but with the Glimmer Cape, ASD can't attack. In fact, he just TPs himself away to safety.
Immersion might have been able to get that punch, but I think he either misclicked or got path blocked by a PL illusion. Either way, Kunkka does get out. But yeah, I think we should stay updated a bit on the support items too. So we have the Glimmer on Dazzle and the Glimmer on Coddle.
You want a double jabble?
Sven has the Dagger together with Vlad's, and the Pugna a while back got the Force Staff and is closing in on Aghanim Scepter. It's an interesting choice this game. He can, you know, burn 1 PL illusion at a time. It's something. It's not great. I don't know if I think the item is that good here from Faith Beyond, but his item choices the whole tournament have shown to be on point, so I'm ready to be blown away by how excellent this is in this game.
I was actually looking for the different item from Sven because he had no Assault Cuirass lined up before he switched over to the Echo Saber. Maybe a bit more of a mindset change of EHOME or PL. There's going to be illusions coming forward, but the smoke break and the double Stormbolt! He caught FNG as well! That's huge because he's no shell like Gregor if they can just keep him controlled. They're jumping away out of range of the Ignis, and FNG and Dahak actually just back out. Did they get pushed?
I don't think so. I think they just didn't have detection in the fight for the Glimmer. There's no dust on the Sven, which I think is kind of unforgivable 30 minutes in and you're playing against Glimmer Cape. And this level of Dota, you need to have dust or a gem when you go in like this at this point.
Trade out Stout Shield, insert dust.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's have a quick look at this again. So Stormbolt gets really lucky catching both, but it's the Dire Observer Ward that helps set this up. So Doppelganger for one, Glimmer for the other. They wait out the Ignis, and FNG, they just walk it off and deal with the illusions. Yep.
With the dust there, they absolutely get the Dazzle, and who knows if they could have snowballed the kill on the PL perhaps. I think they would have actually only got that. There's no way you play without dust at this point, and yeah, there it is for Sven. He's got it now. That was a bummer out of EHOME, but Xianming has got it covered for the next fight. What's PL's progression? Oh, he's got a heart now.
Sure.
That's pretty good.
You got a heart on him. I like the Titan already having the Halberd complete in the Aghanim Scepter. Like when you get the heart on the PL, how does Huskar even get through him? Because you've got also the disarm.
Oh, Huskar does not do anything to PL in this game anymore, more or less. It's the Kunkka and the Pugna, and maybe a good Sven stun.
Yeah, is that the reason why you think Sven may also be building this Echo Saber?
Yeah.
Where he's like, I need to become that fourth core.
Exactly, he's trying to scale. And I think this is a pretty good idea. I think if he keeps buying just aura items or whatever, they're going to run into trouble. They need Echo Saber and a crit on him perhaps to have a tertiary way of dealing with this PL. Kunkka will... Oh, I hope he doesn't buy Mjolnir on Kunkka. I'm not a fan of this game. I don't think that's good.
Wait, really?
He needs a big cleave. He needs to one-shot stuff.
Yeah, I thought you look at Daedalus, you look at something else.
Get the Mjolnir on the Huskar. He's already getting it anyway.
Yeah. Well, he's got in his quick buy, and they both bought just these casual plate mails they can transfer in to other things later on.
Just a touch.
Ben is the Night Watchman. Up on the hill. I shall protect my camps.
and give them to Call.
They do still have the other side of things. Like we still haven't really felt the influence of Pugna. I thought with his like Decrepify burst they could find something more, but with the Glimmer Capes already up, I suppose there's a lot of resistance to it. Why build around that? They 5-man smoke up and they're coming for a kill. Tidehunter is what they want to instantly pop, if possible. And then a 5-man smoke from Gambit. The smokes will run into each other. A quick blink away. FNG, he'll go into Invis. The dust will burn on him. X marks spot and Torrent quickly going off on the Dazzle. And they find the kill. 50 seconds without him. Means no shallow grave.
And
no reductions.
more fight.
Yeah. Just back off. That's Roshan though.
Yeah.
But they have Ravage. Like, they have to be able to contest this, right?
I don't know.
Shard block. Maybe that's really an opening. Ego, not where he wants to be. They'll push him down.
So, I think the thing you were talking about Decrepify in this game, I think he should mainly consider it a defensive tool. They have decent magic damage with Pugna, Kunkka, and Coddle. It's not that, but having that save against Phantom Lancer is going to prove crucial, I think, later on in this game. It's a very long cooldown save, 3.5 second duration for a 6-second cooldown at PL. Unless he buys Nullifier, he can't get rid of it. And that Faith Beyond has a lot of impact in this game. If he plays wisely and keeps his distance and doesn't get killed first, he can absolutely turn the fights around even after Ravage with that save. So
you got your wish Kunkka to change his item build. He's gone for an AC.
Oh, it's also good. It's more damage. Nowadays, since the cleave changes, this is a much more viable build on Kunkka than it used to be. We almost never saw Kunkka buy this item in the past, but nowadays, I think it's pretty good.
Well, he was the one-hit wonder, right? You walk in, everyone's dead, but how does AC help you with this?
Yep, but now it does, because the cleave changes.
Echo Saber done on Sven, AC done on the Kunkka.
Sven's buying Crystallis now, or BKB. Both, it looks like, is both queued up. Daedalus and BKB. We'll see which one he buys first out of the two. And Kunkka is now planning on Mjolnir.
Oh, come on.
I mean, maybe they feel like if they put a Mjolnir on him and on the Huskar and just run in, PL is going to die to all this lightning.
Sure.
I mean, it's something, but...
This could be a nice torrent. Gonna catch two of them, reveals the fact that Roshan's already underway. Huskar begins his TP in. X marks the spot. Kunkka just wants to say hi. The Hawk will be nearby. Line up for an extra bit of a hit. Immersion loses a lot of life from this. EHOME already looking to fight. They popped the Crimson Guard from Faith Beyond like they wanted to run in and be part of it. But Gambit have already backed out.
No fight.
Mjolnir can actually be purchased from Ego, but that's only if he wants to expend his buyback.
It's funny how EHOME have built their gold advantage again. Just slowly but steadily. Being more efficient on the map, farming out. Which is a bit surprising given that one side has Darkseer and Phantom Lancer who are pretty good at wave clearing, but they're just scared.
I love how they're running for the runes. Can he actually blink in time to get it? No, he can't. The X marks pulls him back. So it's a 2-2 trade-off.
Yeah.
But thanks to the X marks, Ven's already back with the rest of EHOME. Unlike FNG, who has to walk. Ugh. It looks like they're still not ready to fight yet. Courier's bringing out the Mjolnir recipe. It's got a smoke on it as well. Maybe EHOME does find that engagement they're looking for.
It's got to be their last smoke. They've smoked like 3 or 4 times.
They have, but so has Gambit.
In the last
like they both broke each other's
minutes.
smokes.
Yeah, there's been a lot of smoke.
There's one on the Dazzle, and obviously now there's one coming out in the Courier. So it's on the Keeper of the Light. And Sven still has dust.
Yep. Good on him for that. Oh, Kunkka has a double damage. This is a really good timing for EHOME to get something done. Cleaving up Roche, it looks like.
Thought he was peaceful. The shots didn't even let him back into his home. I love it when timing is just a fraction of a second too wrong. Don't have a blink dagger just to jump forward and hit.
Oh.
Second refusal at the gate. Is the third time a charm, or is it just how defensive ASD feels he needs to be?
He wants to play as safe as possible, of course. They don't have that much information on the map right now, but...
Huskar's still farming up a lot.
Alright, here we go again.
Giving him a lot of
he
space.
Shadow Blades this time. Now he's going to make it. Yay!
Missed one.
Back to port.
Like thought I got a strike. A bowl for the spare. Alright, so everything's just simmered down a little bit.
Yeah, it's relatively quiet.
But Gambit are nearing that position where they would probably want to fight. In 300 gold, Afo can have his Aghanim Scepter. You're working towards a Butterfly on the PL. Buyback-wise, it's that question. Do you want to expend it ASD? Hey! Yule Scepter up, and down he comes. Nowhere to go, but BKB looking to fight. Sven to the neighborhood. X-Mark Spot going to pull back Apo. He's still got Ravage available. Faith Beyond dropping the Nether Ward in case Gambit want to force this issue any further. But all of EHOME here, all I do is say things were simmering down and things start to heat up. Apo is really trying to force this. Jumps up the hill. The Ravage. Oh, he got stunned. He never got the Ravage off. He started the attack, but he pulled back out of it. Now the buyback here from the Tidehunter. They need to get back under the cover of the Ignis up on the hill. But now they're back. A three-man wall. It's him through the side, even snowballing all the way up, looking for Innocence, looking for the Huskar control. They may not find it. In fact, now it's Ben TPing his way out. He'll be out to safety. And back to the tier 2 tower. EHOME still haven't lost anyone just yet. Kunka tanks for so long, and now they push back within the 5, but Ravage, it finally comes out from Apo underneath the Nether Ward. Ego, he's pushed out, but the Huck, he's falling, but the armor toggle just too good. Tupka goes in as well. The Huck makes fun of double kill. It's a buyback out for the Spencer. A double underneath the tower. Emerging will be kept alive thanks to the Shallow Grave. FNG gives his life for his core, but it will not be enough. PL goes down. He probably actually wanted to save the core, not the support. And even Apo, he got him on the X mark, pulling back in. There's a quick break free. Kraken is good, but Apo is dead. A triple kill for ASD. He's dead for so long, and now they can try and take Roshan. But look at that Darkseer. You know what he wants to do. He's going to throw a spanner in the works, but he's underneath the Dire Observer Wolf. They see him, they know. He can jump in right now, but it's already a little too late. Aegis of the Immortal into the hands of the Huskar, Cheese into the Kunka, and EHOME finally got the fight that they wanted.
EHOME are seriously just staying alive forever in these fights. It takes so long. That's the damage problem we talked about, right? You look at Gambit's lineup, we're going to see the fight here. So they get the first kill on Alpha, he's going to buy back. They feel pretty good about this because BKB has been used by Kunka, Huskar, and they've used Ignis. So now they're like, okay, we're stronger, we're going to go in. Perfect force step from Faith Beyond. Gets Kunka over the other side. Now they kind of save him with this vacuum, getting him out of the shards and into a wall on the side, but he wanted to catch more heroes in this vac. And now they, look at this chase, just how long it takes. TP out from Sven. Now they're getting into this Kunka. Seems to literally just survive forever, and it's going to get decrepified just before the Ravage. Awesome timing from Faith Beyond on that. We're back to live, though.
Yeah, we do. It is EHOME forcing the issue, looking for an opening. That defensive Yule Scepter from the Tuskar, saving him from the X-Torrent combination, but they still just want that mid-rax. They're able to claim it. Aegis Immortal is intact for Ego. But the question is, how hard does EHOME want to push this? They're still running away from all the Darkseer Wall, and that Darkseer Wall is now going to be in no man's land. Oh. Wow. Okay. Yikes. He just used the illusions of PL to kill up the Dazzle. Oh, at least FNG's got the money to buy back. Quick war cry, giving Kunka and Ego the sustain they're looking for. They have not used the cheese on the Kunka just yet. That's why Immersion wants to try and find the kill, but they just jump forward. They want it with the inner fire. It's a back, but there's no follow-up. The Ignis gives them protection. Snowball is the same thing for the Huskar, but there's nowhere for Darkseer to go. He is so heavily lit with the arrows.
So lit.
But he is running away. They've already taken 2 melee racks. EHOME want to get the hell out of here.
That was a bad force staff.
Left behind, or was it a bad force staff? Maybe the Hawk thinks he's got an opportunity to run in. They're in repair mode. They've lost the full mid racks and the melee on top. And now they'll lose all the 40-minute bounty runes as well. Apo, where are you going? Does he want to fight? Yep, double TPs. Coming forward, over towards the shrine. FNG will be able to survive. EHOME still retreating.
Just kill him,
ASD ran up the lane. They don't have any detection for him. EHOME doesn't want to turn and fight.
Just kill them.
No, not allowed.
Yeah, these damage problems are pretty severe. You look at the Hawk's item build. He has a lot of the standard PL items, but it feels like there's something missing. Like a Nullifier or an Abyssal Blade or something that allows him to just get onto somebody and deal some effing damage. Like,
I thank you for your censorship.
You run into this problem. So I mentioned this like 15 minutes ago, but the problem when you have Tide Darkseer together is if the Tide doesn't go for a physical build with like Desolator or some sort of, you know, we've seen these new Tide builds that you can do with the new Anchor Smash. There's just not enough damage in the tank. Eventually these heroes are going to outscale the magic damage of the Darkseer and the Tide, and then the Hawk has to play like 2 cores right now. It's like, you remember, was it yesterday we cast the game with the NIP where they had Dragon Knight Puck?
Yeah,
and they run into this like wall at some point. You're good for 20 minutes and then you just, it feels like you just hit a brick wall where nothing dies anymore. And it's kind of happened to Gambit after they managed to recover really nicely. I think this Tide would have had to go for a different build than this. Afo has to kill some. Yeah. They need that extra bit of damage.
It's like more than the Tides of old. It's like, just get your Ravage and Anchor Smash off once Darkseer back walls. That's what you needed before. Now, Ego coming high ground. They don't want to go on him. It's the Aegis Immortal. ASD's lining up. He's hoping for a kill under FNG, who's keeping as much of a distance as possible. Fate Beyond.
Give him the sun.
Medic at the end. This is a mercy as, well, Darkseer, he gets the control, and wow, what a great Ignis. Nowhere for the Phantom Lancer to go. Tide tries to help out. The Empire's pushing around. They'll finally get his Ravage off, but there's still 2 BKB protected EHOME players. That should be the game right there. This will be full megas up for EHOME, and they just don't have anything left to defend. GG, well played. 43 minutes in, EHOME take game 1 in this grand final of the Bucharest minor. They're not a major yet.
Maybe.